Hi, John Heaney for The Job Shopper. Job seekers are inundated with advice and information on how to prepare for and perform in their job interviews. We even put up an entire series on the Job Shopper blog on how to answer the 5 toughest job interview questions. But what job seekers get a lot less help with is how to prepare for the tail end of the interview when the interviewer turns to them and says, "Do you have any questions?" This is a time that can make or break the interview if the job seeker isn't prepared with questions to ask and also avoids these 10 potential landmines that can destroy any chance of you getting the job offer. At the top of the list of the 10 questions never to ask in a job interview is, what does your company do? There is simply no excuse these days for any job seeker to arrive for a job interview not knowing what the company does, what their products and services are, what industry they're in, and a general understanding of that industry, a quick Google News check to see has the company been in the news lately, to get a sense of who they are, where they stand in their industry, and what they're up to now. If you ask this question, what you're really saying to the interviewer is, I just wasn't interested in making any effort at all. And that's pretty much going to torpedo your chance of getting any offer. Combining questions 2 and 3, which are, do you do background/drug tests? If you ask either one of these questions, you are raising some red flags. The alarms are going to go off in the interviewer's head, suggesting that you have a reason why you don't want a background check done, or a reason why you don't want a drug test done, and either way, it's not good, and that can hinder your chance of them proceeding down the road of offering you a job. Number 4, do you have any other jobs available? Look, when you go in for a job interview, you're interviewing for one position. You know it, the interviewer knows it. During the interview is not the time to switch horses and say, not really interested in this one, do you have anything else? If it's not the right job for you, it's time to gracefully back out and excuse yourself, because this isn't the time or place to go fishing for another job. Number 5, can you guarantee me that I'll still have a job in a year? Look, these are very tough economic times, and a lot of companies are facing difficult economic hurdles. A job offer is not a guarantee of lifelong employment, and no company is really going to be willing to go out on a limb and make any type of guarantees to the longevity of a job. Most companies can't make that kind of guarantee. And by asking this question, what you're really saying is you're more interested in yourself than you are in the company. It's not really suggesting the right attitude going in. So don't ask. Number 6, can you tell me what public transportation is available nearby? Like the first question, what does your company do? This question requires you to do a little investigation before you even show up for the interview. If you require public transportation to get to your job, it's up to you to determine, even before you go interview, is there any public transportation available? You make the calls, you check the web, you determine whether or not the public transportation runs on a timely enough basis and is available for you to get to work on time every day. Number 7, is my wife's, my child's medical condition covered under your insurance? Like, healthcare costs are spiraling out of control, and companies want to keep a lid on them. And although companies are not allowed to ask you any specific medical conditions that you have, it's never a good idea to volunteer any that may have an adverse impact on their healthcare costs or may hinder your ability to show up for work reliably every single day. Keep away from all medical issues during the interview. It's perfectly acceptable once a job is offered to ask to see the Employee Benefits Handbook to read through and determine for yourself what's covered and what's not. But it's not a good idea during the interview to raise the potential that medical issues can somehow conflict or interfere with your job responsibilities. Number 8, how many breaks do I get each day, or can I see the break room? Again, a question like this implies you're a whole lot more concerned in what's in it for you than what's in it for the company to hire you. So keep away from questions that revolve around specific benefits to yourself, whether it's sick leave, vacation time, holidays, break time, personal days. The early job interview is not the place to bring those up. It makes you look selfish, and it does not present you as interested in what's best for the company. Question 9. How many warnings do you give before someone is fired? Again, raising an issue like this, a question like this, simply implies that something went wrong before, and you really want to have a handle on all disciplinary issues before you make a commitment. It does not make the interviewer any more comfortable that hiring you is going to be a good decision. So keep away from any discussion of anything to do with disciplinary process or discipline issues, because they simply make you look like a potential issue. And finally, number 10. How soon can I transfer to another position? Again, this is a type of question that just suggests that you're here for the short term, that this is the first opportunity to jump to something else, you're going to jump to something else. If you're committed to this position, make it clear that you're committed. Most companies won't even consider you for transfer to another position before a year in the position that you're interviewing for. Assume that's the case, and don't raise any flags that make them concerned or believe that you're only in this until you can find something better